Good morning, everyone. Time for harmonica class. We are going to be playing some lovely tunes today. One of the tunes I hate today, but other than that, everything's going to be great. Let me go post a link on our website. The website is mammothgardens.com, and shift link, edit, settings, enter, edit, open a new window, update, and whoops. Double check what happened here. Settings. Okay, we're fine. Update. Today, Simple Gifts, then Mr. Bojangles, and then Moon River. That's one of my faves. And then we also have Minstrel Boy on Chromatic and Over the Rainbow on Chromatic. So we'll be tired by the end of class today. That's a lot of music. So I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Bojangles, but everything else today is on my top of my list. So, view post. I'm the sign that says you have a plugin activated, but you're not using it, and I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to use it right now. Maybe someday I'll use it. Don't tell me what I'm not getting done. I have enough of that in my head. Let's see. Let me go put this over on Twitter as well. Hey, Marcia. Good morning. Missed you yesterday. Let's see. We gotta put this on to Twitter. https://mammothgardens.com. All right. Blue-haired girl pops up. We also add on the cat today. Harmonica, how to play, to tweet. All right, so we're on Twitter. Okay. Let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that, and let's see. Nice. Okay, so I think I'm all set. Gosh, there's so many. Computers are insane. It's just too much. It's just too much. All right. Let's grab a harmonica. How about that? Good morning, Sandy. Sound is good, 70 degrees, but the first hatch of gosh, it's interesting. We hear about the bugs up in northern, the northern Midwest. Mostly the mosquitoes in Minnesota, but here in Colorado we have a few bugs, not very many. It's just too high. The elevation is too high, and we don't run into a ton of bugs. And for many years I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It felt like a lot longer than I did. And there, again, it's very high altitude, so there's not a ton of bugs. But then those of you guys that live where there's more water, obviously you get a lot more bugs. And I always think, gosh, I get tired of living out here in the desert. It's kind of not really pretty. We don't have these beautiful birds in quantity like you guys have. But boy, I sure don't. I'm not excited about being anywhere with a ton of bugs. So yeah, Pauline is in from California. Good morning to you. Diane in from here. Sun is shining. Sound is good. We have a beautiful day headed here in Colorado. It's always a little tiny bit hazy for me because I live downtown and I'm sort of looking through a haze of pollution. They've managed to fix pollution in Denver where you can't really see it like you used to be able to, but it's still out there. And Don, good morning, Don. Don's on time to class today. Very good. Q's in. Punch the thumb like under Gary's picture. Yeah, hit that button. Thanks, Q. All right, let's grab our harmonica songs today. We decided last week we're not going to do scales during the week. And the other thing, guys, is I am making plans, not for next week. Next week will be the same, but the week after we're going to start a ensemble class and then this class will move to the 5 p.m. time slot. I know for a few of you that's going to get into your dinner hour and kind of mess you up a little bit. We will have the archives, of course, if you can't make it. But what the biggest change will be that we're going to treat this as an ensemble class. So we really are going to work on getting the ukulele players and the guitar players to come sit in, and we're going to play in lots of different ways. It'll mean a couple of things. One, a lot more sheet music will be forthcoming for the harmonica class with harmonica tabs on it. And the other nice thing about it will be that I will eliminate the mini lesson and the scales and all of that stuff, because that stuff is only valuable to you guys. What I'm going to do is create an independent video where anybody who comes in and wants to join us, they will watch that video separate from what we do here on the broadcast. And so we won't be wasting any time with lessons per se with harmonica. What we really will focus in on is just playing a lot of music. And I think probably at this point, all of you guys that show up here have been through now, 153, 154 broadcasts, and you really don't need that basic stuff anymore. And somebody coming in new would still need that, but we can train them on a separate independent video standing alone on the website, down where we have the slides at the bottom of the first page. We'll just put a little video on the top of the first page probably, replace the slideshow that goes on up there with my harmonica zen slides, I call them. We'll replace those with just a video of here's how you play harmonica, and then they jump in right away. It's much easier for you guys to jump into an ensemble class than some of the others, and so I think that's what my plan is right now. I'm going to make a video of the beginning stuff with the scales and how to play and all that stuff. We'll just have a video standalone, and people can watch it or not as they choose. And that's my plan going forward. Hopefully all that's going to work. I think it's all going to work. Every time I start something new, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. And so we'll find out. But the big thing is we'll continue to play daily, and that's for some of you, this is your new instrument. Like, this is the thing you're going to be doing, and so you'll continue to have a reason to show up every day. It's just it'll be in the evening at 5 o'clock time slot. Patty's in. Good morning, Patricia and Patricia Luton, and Christine made it in from Bozeman. Good to see you, Christine. All right, simple gifts. Let's knock it out. 2 times through, 3-beat count in, blow 6. 1, 2, 3. lovely, very, very nice. Let's see. Yeah, so harmonica class and ukulele / guitar ensemble will all be the same class. So in other words, we will be happening is harmonica. You guys will have your way of playing. Ukulele players, as you can see already on this piece of sheet music, ukulele players can have three different ways of playing. They can play the chords, they can play the melody, they can play the tuff, is what I call it for those guys, where they play chords and melody at the same time. Depending on your level of ukulele player, that's what you're going to do. And guitarists have the same situation. They can play melody, they can play chords, or they can play the tuff line as well. And so by combining those, what's really happening, and I see this mostly with musicians here in Denver that I work with, they get really, really good at playing one particular way, and that's not necessarily what we want, right? As musicians, we want to be able to play in lots of different modes and do lots of different ideas, and so I want them to join with their instruments and find a meaningful way to make music in an ensemble situation. So that's what's going to be happening there. Also, baritone. I knew that would come up. I don't know necessarily, Diane, whether we're going to, how easily it's going to be to work in. Baritones, of course, can play the chords. I haven't decided. The problem with when we combine ensembles like this, I really like the sheet music to still be usable. You get so many instruments crammed onto one piece of paper. You start having to spend an awful lot of time doing arranging, and we'll see, Diane. I think it'll probably work with baritones. The problem with baritones, you'll either end up way down at the low end or way up at the high end, and so, but that's not actually uncommon when we're arranging for harmonica. A lot of times I've noticed, man, I'm running out of range on ukulele. A lot of times I run out to the bottom, and I just right over there use a low G ukulele to solve the problem, but that's not ideal, and so I will have to clean up a little bit of sheet music. But yeah, I think for sure chord wise there's not going to be any doubt that you can play along using your baritone, but of course, Diane, you're an expert harmonica player, so you might come to this class and be like, I'm not playing baritone, I already had a class for that, right? And we will already have a class for that. This will be your opportunity to play harmonica, so we'll see how it all works out and what things people are enjoying, what things are not. Over time we'll figure out who's really showing up and who's playing in what ways, and if a ton of baritone players show up and they really need their own line, we'll probably make that happen. So we'll see. Not entirely sure how that class will go yet, but I'm never entirely sure how anything I do is going to go. So what are you going to do? Let's see. Today is Wednesday. Next up is Mr. Bojangles. I will be honest, I really have not managed to develop an affinity for this song. Sometimes I just skip it when it's time for it to come up. So let's try it and see if I can make it work today. It has 5 repeats on here. We're not going to do 5. Let's do twice through. I think that's plenty. With this one, really, the biggest problem with this one is you almost need to hear the chords to make your timing work properly. And so there are some really, really long notes. I'll do my best to count them out as we go along. And yeah, and so we'll do that. Also remember, when you're in 6/8 time, it's usually easiest to count in 2 time. So 1, 2. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Blunk, blunk, blunk. In worn out shoes, right? So it's a very complicated rhythm going on this piece, and I did listen to the original a million times, and he's also the guy who wrote it struggles with the rhythm on this. One typo at the very end of measure 40, the note should have a 3 written under it. That's a typo or a missing note for you. So the last note in measure 40 is a blow 3. All right, let's see how we do. Again, if your timing isn't exactly what my timing is, yeah, you'll be fine. We'll work it out together. How about that? All right. 2-beat count in, 2 times through, blow 3. 1, 2. 2. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. Not super hard to play. The timing is brutal, and I think probably with this one, listening to the MP3 and playing along to the MP3 might make it a whole lot easier. That way you're at least hearing where the chords are coming in, because the chords do change in the middle of those long notes. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Chord, chord. In worn out shoes. Chord. With silver hair and ragged shirt and baggy pants. Chord, chord. The old soft shoe. Chord, chord, right? And so those chords are jumping in there, kind of helping you keep your timing. I'm trying to count in my head, and I'm pretty sure I'm counting incorrectly. So, either that or don't worry about it, right? Don't play it as an ensemble piece and just play whatever's in your heart. And that's probably the smarter way to do. What happens when you do that? We tend to shorten those real long notes there. And you know, the song itself is fine, but playing it in an ensemble arrangement a little hard to do. And it's not without mention that the original is basically him strumming his guitar and playing it. And so yeah, so a little hard to play as a count out the notes type song. All right, let's make things much easier and go over to Moon River. And it's funny, this is one of the harder songs we play on ukulele, but one of the easier songs on harmonica, because it's fully diatonic, and you can just hear the lyrics in your head. It totally works. A beautiful piece of music. Still amazing. This and Edelweiss that they fit on this little guy. Like, gosh, world-class songs on a diatonic harmonica. That's the way. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Let's see. All right. All right. All right. Let's give it a try. 3-beat count in, 2 times through, blow 4. 1, 2, 3. That's when you should memorize. That's when you should love. That is completely legit. I adore playing that on harmonica. Adore it. Adore it. How exciting that we can do that. Not a note on there I would change. That is perfect. I want to play it better if I could. How about that? All right, so there's your diatonic songs for the day. Simple Gifts, Mr. Bojangles, and Moon River. That's a good day of diatonic music. Minstrel Boy and Over the Rainbow are next up on your Chromes. And that's what I know is coming up next. All right, let's make this happen. Minstrel Boy. Minstrel Boy, old-fashioned Celtic tune, not super old-fashioned, 19th century? It's 18th century. Well, it was written in the poems from the 18th century, probably early 19th century, really. And should feel a little bit of a march to it. The Minstrel Boy to the war is gone in the ranks of death you will find him. His father's sword he has girded on in the wild harp song behind him. Right, so that's kind of that marching tone that you want to feel. Probably if I ever fix this thing up, I will change it to 2/4 time just to really emphasize that the first note of every other beat, right, the bum bum ba dum ba dum bum. You want to try to give that a little extra, not blow harder necessarily, but make sure you get a little bit of full good sound out of each of those notes. As you guys know, one of the things that we are always working on with this instrument, not too hard to teach you how to play it, very hard to get you where, and I'm included in that, where you get really solid quality tone out of each of the notes and where each note has a meaningful phrasing to it. And that's where, of course, where you're always thinking about that business of bending these notes just a little bit, just to learn how to do it, to get where you're in control of your reeds, and so that they, the bum, ba da dum ba dum bum bum bum, right? And so just again, really be thinking through the lyrics of the song and the phraseology that you're going for, and more than just keeping up with me, but really creating something beautiful that other people might be interested in hearing you play. Not a super hard song to play necessarily. Once you learn there's a section A, then another section A, then a B section, and then you go back to the section A. So it'll feel like by the time you've played this through 2 times, you've actually played that section A 6 times and the B section twice. And so you should get where each time through you're feeling a little more confident and able to get the best possible tone. So let's see how we do. 3 beat count in, 2 times through, and blow 3. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. That's actually quite fun to play, isn't it? Really, 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 especially a little bit of a, if you're really thinking about that marching beat, that can be a really fun piece of music to play. I did miss pretty consistently at measure 13 when you're at these, though you've been playing through that B section in 10, 11, and 12 at a pretty high pitch, and then all of a sudden you got to be way down at 3. So for me, that's the point where I'd have to work on that just a little bit. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up today with Over the Rainbow. Doesn't this class go crazy fast? But in my mind, I'm like, all right, let's play harmonica, and then it's over. It just is a lot of focus, I think. It's good. Over the Rainbow, really long song. This back in the day was the one that tested us, if you'll remember. It was just like, well, I think I will play half of the song and then stop. So remember at measure 23, end of 23, you're going to really want to get rid of your air, because you got a ton of draws to get through 24. The hardest part of this song on all of the instruments I teach is ba-da, 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 bum. Those little figures, and they happen 3 different places in this song. Getting those smooth and correct and where they sound pretty is really challenging. So we'll see what you can do with that. Where trouble melts like diamond drops away above the chimney tops. It's pretty tough going through those sections, and so if you focus in, we'll be in good shape. All right, from the top, we're going to start at measure 3, obviously, because here's where the ensemble comes in. When we would play this, in a couple weeks, the guitarists and the ukulele players, ba ba bum 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 blum, somewhere, and I don't know exactly how it goes, but that's the idea. We'd let them lead us in, dum 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 dum. Plum, and then you guys would come in somewhere, right? And so we will be playing. I will probably switch from instrument to instrument, and you guys will just play whichever your favorite instrument is. Hopefully that's harmonica, and you will be our lead. The nice part about harmonica is you're always going to be in front and center, right? Because you're replacing the lyricist. You're replacing the singer, and that makes you. That makes you the Justin Bieber of your band, and makes you able to drive around in a car through the Hollywood Hills recklessly and wear a beanie, and which, of course, is what you want to do. Over the Rainbow, 4-beat count in, below 5. It's 2 times through, guys. Good luck. See you in about 20 minutes. Yeah, and Marcia just mentioned it. God, I hate these 3-pagers because I can't get them turned fast enough. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing much we can do about it. Do put a little sticky up on your, you've got your 3-ring binder sitting there. Have a sticky on that first page, or page 2 actually, and so that you can just reach up when you get toward the bottom page, reach up and very quickly pull it over, and then play through it, and then very quickly pull it back. And so these I highly recommend as part of your musical arsenal. You just put a sticky on page 2, and then it's easy to pull it over and pull it back. And honestly, because you're on harmonica, you really do have that option of, continuing to play while you're doing this. If there's a button push, it creates a bit of a problem, but you should theoretically be able to turn page and play at the same time on this instrument. That's not true of guitar. Guitar, you're like, oh gosh, I got a page turn. Stop playing, put the guitar down, turn the page, come back, put the guitar back in your lap. With this instrument, theoretically, you should be able to develop those skills to do it. It's one of those skills all musicians have to have, page turns. From the top, 4-beat count in, below 5, 2 times through. 1, 2, a little bit fast. About that fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. the top. We'll give you a second to get your page turned in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty iffy job on my part there. Hopefully we're able to mostly keep up. All right, guys, that's it for today. You have 15 minutes to play on your own, and tomorrow, when the Saints go marching in, Morning Has Broken, a beautiful, beautiful tune. On Top of Spaghetti, not such a beautiful tune. Very important message behind Top of Spaghetti, though. Scarborough Fair, Another Beauty, and Smile. So tomorrow we have a solid group of tunes. And again, nothing changes here, guys, in this week or next week, and then the week after we'll start looking at how best to combine all these classes. My main goal, honestly, for the summer is to teach a little fewer classes with a little bit tighter time frame, so that I have more time to write music, which is really, I think, what I do best, and what I think probably will benefit you the most is the more paper I can crank out, the more tunes you have to keep you busy. And eventually we'll have written all of the songs and I will retire. So that's the plan anyway, is to just continue to build our ensemble skills, to build our harmonica skills, make us better musicians all the way around, and we'll keep moving that forward. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow for harmonica class, and I'll see a few of you later today in ukulele class, and we'll just keep moving forward and hoping for the best. Have a wonderful day, and peace.